second from the bottom, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So yes, consistency is important, booyahs are important, but those engagements are equally as important in here to climb up those leaderboards. And here we go, the flight path coming in, cutting through Foundation all the way through to Stone Ridge. Abstract, buddy, take it away.
Does seem like this flight path is very centralized, and we can understand that most of these players, they can have to they can pretty much dominate the entire map without being too afraid of landing together with other people. And that pretty much means that the fact that the map is so the flight path is so centralized, most of these players, they can spread themselves out a little bit within the compounds and perhaps even within the landmarks. As you can see, we do have one team that is all the way around the maze, like they are spread wide apart. And if I remember the team logos correctly, I think that is VPA. Okay, no, that's not VPH Velocity. I'm trying to remember exactly
the one at
Maze.
At Maze, that should be Bloody Heads, right? Oh no, sorry, that's Watch and Learn. At the Maze, that should be
Watch and Learn.
Yeah,
Okay. So with Watch and Learn being in Maze, right? So they are literally everywhere. AV Ligers, they are mostly around Refinery, with a pair inside of there, with Jaboiwa in the northern side, like far north, and one member which is Shares, which is kind of towards this western side. So we've got a decent amount of scouting duties coming in from the side of AV Ligers, with the main looting party inside the Refinery. So we can expect that this team is going to be a little bit more passive, due to just based on the amount of widespread players around the map.
Yeah, and this is a what makes Geek Fam a pain as well, right? If you take a quick look at that drop spot that they have chosen, this time they flew out all the way there to Stone Ridge. Yesterday they were playing a more centralized game where they try to drop into the center of the map and try to maintain that zone, right? But today they seem to be pulling off something different, which I guess kind of keeps their opponents on their little tippy toes as well, trying to figure out exactly how they can catch Geek Fam out. And I don't think Geek Fam is going to give them any opportunities whatsoever. Well, hopefully the zone will do all of the other squads a favor by squeezing them in later on. So let's check out how the zone management gameplay comes in from Geek Fam in a bit, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. On your screen right now, Divinity, who hasn't been having that great of a run, but they are quite comfortable on your standings board, because the overall standings, it's still Divinity Esports on that 6th position. Views in here as well. SAF right in front of them. SAF, Abstract, doing great. We see them a lot, but on the leaderboards, those numbers just aren't doing them justice, are they?
Not exactly. They have gotten themselves with at least they have gotten themselves with one booyah. And when it comes to ranking score, they are looking pretty good. But the killing score is kind of a lackluster. They can definitely improve their ranking, their killing score a little bit more by playing somewhat aggressive. It really depends on their play style. You see, if they are comfortable with reading the circle and always heading into the later stages of the game, then understandably so, you can get some kills. And with booyahs, they come with, in some sense, kills, because in order to get a booyah, you gotta kill people. So it does seem like SAF pretty much goes for that kind of gameplay, but we know for a matter of fact that they don't have enough kills, so they need to up their game a little bit more. And considering the fact that we are looking at week number 3 already, they gotta have to change a little bit of a gameplay and maybe just try to weave in some kills here and there.
Now, I did see a couple of shots coming in towards SAF. They were taking quite heavy fire, and they had to back away from that situation. And we have 2 players from Views caught in a very sticky situation right outside of the building here, because they can't really back away. They'll leave themselves too open. Oh, here goes McRory making one great mistake, leaving a Bondi just to take him down with that Vector. You don't even need that akimbo when the opponents gives you that sort of an opening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. A first mistake coming in here from SAF. And oh boy, are they gonna regret it. Look at Lay right now, jumping all the way up top to the roof, trying to go in here for the squeeze. And here comes Momon, taken down by Insanity. And the fight has begun between Views and SAF. SAF looks like they are doing quite steady in here, but Views not too shabby at all. And one tip goes down as well. Views in here, just one of them down. It is Momon, and SAF look like they are gonna get wiped out quite early in this round.
It's really sad for them. Insanity trying to do his very best to get himself away with a trucker, but I believe that the smoking truck is not gonna do him too far away, I think. It's kind of smoking, there's a little bit of a heat in there, but I believe that it should, last long enough for him to get himself a quick run away into Old Hampton. And the main thing is that as long as he's alive, the main bulk of SAF can pretty much get themselves with some more placement points. So good job running away. I gotta give it over to him. It's definitely gonna be tough to make that decision to say, okay, I'm bailing out alone here. I'm just gonna abandon everyone else. I'm gonna go for the place. It's tough to make that kind of decision. So props to Insanity. He knew what he wanted to do, but the real game starts now. How is he supposed to weave in between every single teams out there and not get himself into any aggression?
Yeah, but how disappointing was that encounter for SAF, right? They were in the perfect position because yes, they were getting flanked from the left and at the same time from the right, but they were in a prime position in the house earlier where there were just two players right outside. If they had gone in for a 4 versus 2 push, they could have probably gotten a better result out of that. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is just that matter, that split-second decision whether you go for the push or you want to play defensive that decides everything in here. Oh, it's the auto knockout squad coming in here right now with those shots. 0 kills on board, but they have already lost 1 player. Playing on a negative here right now. What can they do? Bloody heads right there in front of them towards their right. Another squad on the left that I haven't managed to spot out just yet. Oh, there you go. It is Watch and Learn auto knockout as well as Geek in the same place. Abstract, I think things are gonna get spicy. Not for Geek, because I know they can hold their own, but Watch and Learn, who has been trying to prove something thus far.
It's always Watch and Learn, It's always Watch and Learn that is being put in a pedestal. They always don't really know what to do, and wherever they go, whatever that they do, they will always have someone looking at them with their backs exposed, and, well, I gotta say, they are rather unlucky. But, speaking of unlucky, I think that auto knockout is relatively unlucky from their side as well, as we got yet another member from the side of auto knockout, Mirul, being knocked down pretty badly, and thus we will only have 1 auto knockout members left. And now with Pogs with the shotgun right in the face, auto knockout is going to be the first team to be, well, automatically knocked out for game number 1.
What could have been SAF, well, it just turned out to be the auto knockout. They auto knocked themselves out going up against Bloody Heads. Bloody Heads, obviously, by that performance, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they look like they won everything from this game. Whether they'll get it or not can be seen in a bit. This is the 8th minute mark, just slightly halfway through before we get all of that hot action. DBT, Whiteface coming in here, and a beautiful takedown. Fikri in there with a knock as well. They have lost Fikri. No, not lost Fikri yet. Both of them have been picked up. What a beautiful play in there by DBT, and yet another squad wiped.
2 big names has now been, wiped off the surface of match number 1, naming Divinity as well as, well, auto knockout. Definitely not something that you are expecting because they are big names after all. The next big name to bring out is going to be GeekFam, because once you manage to bring GeekFam down, then the 3 big names is taken away, and I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a lot of assurance coming in, map-wise. Everyone else in the map will be, pretty happy about that. So we'll see how that's going to work out. With GeekFam, they're making quite some sounds and commitments, so there could be a possibility that more teams would come and flock towards the direction.
Well, hopefully, right? Because this is the insurance gameplay coming in here from all of the other squads except the leaderboard, or, the ones leading the leaderboard at the very least. GeekFam in here, Watch and Learn making all of that noise. They haven't been able to take each other out just yet. 1 sniper on the other end, still trying to scout out, and that is the one and only Luffy. But don't be, don't kind of, keep your hopes up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because look at Show You right there with the bird's eye view of all of Watch and and Learn, I think Watch and Learn kind of needs to back away from the situation a little bit. Look at how open Luffy is. Shoyu just needs to peek out a little bit, and Luffy is going to be in great trouble there. If the squad does go ahead to lose Luffy, they can depend on Venom for those long shots. But at the end of the day, right, Abstract, taking it up against Geek Fam, dude, even if you had all the artillery, even if you had every single thing that you wanted in your bag, it still is not going to be
over. But, you know, Geek Fam, they understand the kind of situation that they are in. They're playing very conservatively, which is something that, you know, it kind of feels a little bit different from my side now. It kind of feels a little bit more, it kind of feels a bit like a difference of gameplay, difference of a meta, because I just recently finished one European games yesterday. The games was completely different. The way the meta works is completely different as well. They were fast, they were aggressive, and they are confident. But when it comes to MCP majors, it does seem like every single one of these teams, they always like to put a decent amount of respect against for the other teams, and in fact maybe too much respect, whereby they don't aggress at all. They will always wait for the perfect moment whereby you know they have a very clear advantage, and that small little clear advantage window is so small that it may just blow their chances once and for all.
Yeah, but that is the kind of strategy that is just not working, right? Because if we go back to the leaderboards and we just take a quick peek at it, Abstract, like we mentioned earlier, before the game started, those, even with the booyahs, but very low kills on the board, are still not doing great on that placement. So no matter how much they kind of avoid these engagements early on, it's not doing anybody any favors. Getting those placement points, just not enough. Awesome going in here right now, and it is none other than SS right in front of them. Steady Squad not doing so steady so far. Fikri in there with a double shot. Oh, Shoyu goes in for Mark as well, and looks like Geek has already started off the encounter on the other side. Awesome only has got Z-Max on their side. Just one more player. What can he pull off in here? You've got Secret Movement right there in front of him, waiting for him to squeeze himself away from that closing safe zone. And it's going to be Shoyu right now moving in. You've got Zack right in front of him already, and it looks like Geek has done really well with this encounter, Abstract.
Indeed, but it does seem like Shoyu is going to find himself in a small little tight spot here by the edge of the circle, because Bloody Heads, they are going to be somewhere around the vicinity as well. 3 of the major Geek Fam members, they are all just converging together with one another, except for Shoyu. He's the only one that is a little bit, you know, off the map, you know, off the grid. But for now, we also have Awesome being eliminated, so we are going to be expecting quite a big number of players being eliminated one after another. With Watch and Learn Luffy, he's got a VSS, he's got an eyes on STPs on the gun, only for him to immediately get knocked in the head by the retaliation from STPs on the gun.
Oh, that wasn't good at all. I mean, he gave them so much of time, letting go so many shots against them, and all STP needed to do was just return fire a couple of times. That is exactly what we're talking about, right? The height advantage with the elevation on the map itself. Kalahari, well known for that, but can they continue pushing in here? Because the safe zone, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, is closing in, and we are approaching the golden 16th minute, where things just get a little bit more crazy. Now, we can see STP Son of a Gun. They already had the zone earlier, and they're waiting for Geek Fam to approach them ever so slowly. Geek Fam right now going in for the push. Oh, Secret Movement right in front, and they have shut them down, yo. I don't know if or not we've got anyone from STP still alive in there. Oh, sorry, STP is still alive, the one that they were going in for. Do they have any more players, or did they go in for the full-on wipe?
I have absolutely no idea as well. I believe that was Bloody Heads, right? Because Bloody Heads was just somewhere around the vicinity, right on the Geek Fam, and just now they just got completely decimated now with only 4 teams remaining. Steady Squad, they are still alive with only 1 member left, and SAF, they got eliminated one way or another, with Insanity being the last straggler. So unfortunately, most of these teams that only that have a major handicap to start with is already eliminated. But I think one of the teams that we definitely gotta watch out for, I mean, everyone already is watching out for them, is the fact that, well, Geek Fam is still alive here. 4 members strong with a total of 5 kills.
Well, STP, they still have got a slight height advantage compared to Geek Fam, and Geek Fam is a little bit busy right now in here with just trading those shots with AV Ligers. Can STP take advantage of the situation? If we see Geek Fam getting sandwiched right now, Geek Fam's still going to be able to pick up quite a number of great points in here, but not as much as they hope to, right? So STP really needs to step it up, but instead it doesn't look like that is the situation. Look at them going up against, and there you go, yo. Steady Squad eliminated from this game already, leaving us... Oh, wait, he hasn't been eliminated? I thought that grenade fell right on his head.
Well, he was eliminated. And now only one left is going to be STP Son of Gun, because that was Steady Squad that STP Son of Gun managed to remove. Because that was the last member coming from STP Son of Gun. Sorry, last member coming from Steady Squad. But for now, STP Son of Gun does seem like they are going all out aggressive, and with that glue walls being erected right in the face of one of the members from STP Son of Gun, he tried to wield his grenade launcher only for it to just explode right in front of his face. And for now, I believe that Miruz may very well be the second last member left from their side. AV Liger is completely eliminated. I don't even know how, and I don't even know why. But STP Son of Gun getting themselves that booyah has got to be something that they are gonna be extremely proud of. They managed to help eliminate Geek Fam, and they managed to eliminate AV Ligers as well, especially since the two of these players are the top dogs in MCP.